Power. An aura of dark energy surrounds that word in society nowadays. But let's face it, without power, you cannot have control over your life. Frustration, bitterness, envy, jealousy, and an overall feeling of inferiority follows. And then you see someone with power. They have what you want, what you need, what you so desperately crave for, which is all the more reason to hate them, right?
Which truth is that?
Knowledge is power.
Seize him. Cut his throat. Stop. Wait. I've changed my mind. Let him go. Step back 3 paces. Turn around. Close your eyes. Power is power.
Here's the thing, you can have power too, but watch the entire video so you know what the risks of this manipulative dark world you're about to enter are, and whether you really want it or not. Law 3 of the 48 Laws of Power states, a powerful person conceals his intention. In the book, this is exemplified by a wonderful story which shows you the essence of what this video miniseries is about. You will love this. During the War of the Spanish Succession in 1711, the head of the English army wanted to destroy a key French fort because of its vital thoroughfare to France, yet he knew that if he destroyed it, the French would realize he wanted to advance down that road. Instead, he merely captured the fort and secured it with some of his troops, making it appear as if he wanted it for some purpose of his own. As a response to his move, the French attacked the fort and the head of the army let them capture it. Once the French had it back though, they destroyed it, figuring the English army had wanted it for some important reason. Now that the fort was gone, the road was unprotected and the English army could easily march into France. So the question is, how can you use this law in your own life? Robert Greene writes, hide your intentions, not by closing up the risk of appearing secretive and making people suspicious, but by talking endlessly about your desires and goals, just not your real ones. You will kill 3 birds with 1 stone. You appear friendly, open and trusting. You conceal your intentions and you send your rivals on time-consuming wild goose chases. Answer this question. What do these movie characters all have in common? They exude power and have mastered the art of power. In this series, I will teach you the same. Is power evil? It all depends on the definition we give to power. In my personal view, power is a means to an end, to get something useful done. If power becomes an end in itself, however, then it becomes addictive. You'll enter the dark side of your psyche where all the repressed materials, insecurities, and triggers for emotional outbursts are living. Constantly living in high vigilance mode, but that doesn't mean there is no use for your shadow. You must learn to channel it. In a minute, you'll see an example of Lewis Litt. But here's a simple way to get just self-power. Achieve mastery in a skill. Never blame others. Take responsibility for your life. Have self-control and self-mastery, and that leads to power of your own life. Those things are taught in almost every self-help book to one degree or another. The attainment of power used for the betterment of your group, society, and the world is one of the most magnificent, influential tools you can use. Good kings have done this throughout the ages, but when you enter the shadow, addictive side of power, that's when trouble arises. I want to show and explore the dark, manipulative side in which a person might get trapped. There are people, especially in the cutthroat corporate world, who view the entire world through the lens of power. In the upcoming series, I will teach you how those people operate, making you aware of some power plays they use, how you can use those tricks and strategies yourself, hopefully for the betterment of the world. In order to beat the darkness, you have to face it, beat and overcome it, and then transform it into an uplifting tool. That's not only a psychological, but also a mythological theme engraved in our psyches. But I warn you, the laws that we'll discuss are manipulative, dark, but hit home to the core. Beware, and if you plan on using them, do it at your own risk. Louis Litt from Suits is a partner of a law firm with a lot of emotional issues he has no control over whatsoever. He picks a fight with everyone to soothe his own ego. He feels inferior to the people he looks up to and continually shits the bed.
Louis was just suggesting that he run the negotiations.
I can beat him.
And the Washington Generals think they can beat the Globetrotters, but they're not even in the same league.
So what are you saying? I'm not in your league?
I'm saying you and I don't even play the same sport.
Harvey.
You seriously want to consider this? This is a joke.
Louis, will you give us a moment? Please?
I am not a joke.
I want you to handle the negotiations.
You won't be sorry.
I need you to be fair.
That's one way to go.
Because I need them to think that we're moving on, when in fact, we're going after their clients.
So you're authorizing me to sign on your behalf?
Yes. But under no circumstances are you to lock in the existing client allocations.
Please, I die before that happens.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Then give me an order.
Your order is to not let my inner gladiator get past my outer negotiator.
That's not going to be easy, Louis. You're like the Hulk. Once you get enraged, there's no going back.
Don't worry. Dr. Batter's not turning green today. See, whatever you thought was going to happen to me here isn't. So go ahead. Wind me up all you want, because I ain't losing my cool. You son of a bitch. You think you can rattle me? I'm unrattleable.
Really?
Get out.
Louis.
I said go. Oh yeah, you and I are going to war. Everything's on the goddamn table.
Including the existing client list allocation?
Do you hear what I just said? I said everything.
His emotions are his master and not the other way around. As a person of power, the first thing you must do is not master tips and tricks or strategies, but you must master yourself. That road is painful, full of darkness, but you come out as a better person. Louis Litt used to pick a fight with everyone.
So you're the guy.
Yeah, I am the guy.
You're the guy in every office who wants to piss on the new guy. You know, to mark your territory. So why don't I just walk you on down to my office? I'm gonna let you get your little piss on in my corner, and then we can move on. Monkey.
A monkey? Well, you're nothing but a crowing cock. And the last cock that walked into my office learned what all the other cocks learned. That I eat cock for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah, that's right. It's goddamn delicious. Let's just see what you got.
Bitch, you just want to start a fight.
Excuse me? I tried to make friends with you. You just told me to go screw myself.
I am warning you, Louis. This is a fight you do not want.
Oh no, I want it. And I'm gonna win it. And when I do, you better not go crying to your boyfriend.
But through his experiences dealing with his problems, he came to terms and conquered that part of his shadow. Take a look.
I know what you were doing there last night. You're pretending to recruit students so you can spend time with her and win her back, and it's not gonna happen.
That's not what I was doing there.
You sure as hell weren't there to recruit a bunch of associates for your shitty little firm.
What'd you just say about my firm?
We're better than you. I'm better than you, and you better start accepting that.
You know what, Xander? I wasn't there last night to get Sheila back, and you're goddamn lucky I wasn't, because if I wanted her back, she'd be mine.
That's a joke.
You're a joke, and I'll tell you something else. My name is on my firm. I've never heard of you, so back off or I'll take her from you.
I don't think so. She chose me. Louis is used to losing things, cases, women.
You smug dick. You think I'm the one losing Sheila? Well, you're showing everybody that you're the most pathetic piece of shit that ever lived.
And why is that?
Because I'm the one screwing your fiancé behind your back and in front of it too. Because you may be the one she wants, but I'm the one she needs.
Louis, please tell me you didn't say that to him.
No, I didn't, but I wanted to, and if I have to, I will.
Listen, Robert.
Whatever it is you're about to say, it's gonna have to wait, because the three of us are gonna have a little talk about something right the hell now.
What's going on, Louis?
The two of you decided who's running this firm without including me in the conversation.
No one thinks of you as a third wheel, Louis.
Oh, really? Because you wouldn't be here if it weren't for me. And you wouldn't have a firm at all if it weren't for me. I saved both your fucking asses, and not only didn't you think to thank me, as far as I can tell, you didn't even clock what I did. Now, I am a partner just as much as you, and I am done having to remind you of that. So the next time there's a decision to be made, guys, you better pull up a seat for me at that table, or I swear to God, I will break the whole goddamn thing in two. Any questions?
No, Louis, no questions.
Good.
They heard you roar.
What you just saw is him using his emotions for a productive endeavor. By rationally thinking about it, he incorporated his shadow, and that's what you will learn as well. Do not make overly hasty decisions. Let the emotions calm and then make a rational decision. As you can see, there are times you have to use force. As long as you have control over your mask, you have power. Now get it through your head. Societal power is a perception game. The word personality is derived from the Latin word persona, which is the mask that an actor wears playing his role. This aspect of someone's character is presented to or perceived by others. You need to learn to separate your external mask from your internal being. Having this introspection and pliability of the mask is a crucial part of power. Incorporate the dark, manipulative side you have within your shadow, get control over your emotions, and use them to your will. Regardless of what you think about power, you'd be a donkey if you think there isn't a perceived hierarchy of power in the world. For most people, power is the pinnacle of that hierarchy, so let me make myself very clear on this as we start this series. So many people unfortunately think that power, defined as possession of control, authority, or influence over others, is the pinnacle of societal hierarchy. Listen, that is fundamentally a corrupt way of looking at the world. It leads to tyranny, which, taken to the extremes, will lead to nothing but misery and corruption of your view on reality. But if you want to be successful in your life, you have to be aware of how power plays work and how you are in the middle of it. Having said that, cultivating and possessing power is extremely lucrative, making your life better. Jordan Peterson said, "If you're harmless, you're not virtuous. You're just harmless. You're like a rabbit. It can't do anything but get eaten. It's not virtuous. If you're a monster and you don't act monstrously, then you are virtuous. The hero has to be a monster. A controlled monster. Incorporate the part of yourself that is monstrous, develop it, and then own it. Friends, in the same way, you are not a moral person by doing no harm. You don't have a choice. It's harmlessness and cowardice hidden behind a shield of morality. But having the tools to do harm and choosing not to, that's what's virtuous. That's when you've incorporated your dark side of your psyche. Power gives you options, and options give you power. What you do with the laws of power, that's what can make you a virtuous being. But in order to be a virtuous being, you have to explore the dark side of your psyche, the dark side of the collective human unconscious. You might face a reality you are not ready for. What was the quote? The thing you need the most will always be found there where you least want to look. Or as Joseph Campbell put it, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. If you feel powerless, explore the depths of power, come back with new profound knowledge, and don't let it consume you. Be the hero who comes back with the elixir and betters people's lives. That's what I want to do with you. But I'm telling you, and let this serve as a big warning, it is dangerous. Be careful and do it at your own risk. I've seen people around me getting pulled down to the abyss and they're still stuck there. They haven't killed the dragon. Their whole worldview is about power and external domination. Guess what? They are miserable. You might face a reality you are not ready for. You still have the option to take the blue pill and shut this video off. So in this series, I will teach you through books, videos, which are mainly from the show Suits, and my experience, how you can acquire power, which will lead to success in business, your education, the dating world, and in almost all other areas of your life, not just for yourself, but for the betterment of the people around you. The things I will discuss are not always ethical, and I'm showing you this so you can become aware of the game that's being played and that you are part of, whether you like it or not. I will elaborate and include as much as I can from the international best-selling book The 48 Laws of Power, written by Robert Greene, that is banned from several prisons across the globe. That's how dark and manipulative it is. By studying these laws, you can counteract them when people use it against you. In fact, I've memorized all 48 laws of power, and we will go over them throughout the upcoming videos. Knowing these laws will change your way of thinking. I will tell stories about powerful people, give examples in movies and series, and show you how you can use these laws to acquire more power. Before we dive into the first fascinating and useful law that so many people fall victim to, and you most likely did as well, I want you to get to know the fundamental basics of power in check. Your body language, your vocal tonality, and the use of your words. Those three elements either make you seem unsure, timid, or weak, or make you appear strong, open, and powerful. I'll make separate videos about these, and you can click on the gray card here to watch them. Now, if you are ready to learn about power and become a powerful figure yourself, then click on this video and explore the first law of power. So, what are you going to do?